Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Welcome.
Yes.
HV Dubs. Here we are. You like that?
Yeah. I'm like, those
We got
guys sound
nicknames
cool.
now.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah,
all
I'm in
happening.
that. Yeah, that's cool.
How is everyone?
Mm,
How are you?
I'm great. Are you great?
I
What?
feel like we've been on the go. A lot of things have been happening.
Yeah. I mean, you're always on the go, though.
Yeah. I mean, we had Holmes on. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, the podcast has been busy.
Podcast has been busy.
People really like us talking to skateboarders. Who would have thought that?
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring out some deep cuts on that one.
You and I were absolutely positive, without even saying it, that it would be a good idea if you got Jack Black, I got Pink, and we got like fucking Barack Obama. Like, that's who we wanted to get on the show, and we'd think everybody would be like, wow.
Yeah.
But then Tony asks you all, and you go, Christian Asoi. That just turned off. You didn't press record. Fuck. That's an overall camera, though. Hey, we're still recording. Just if you just press record. Okay, so that's technical difficulties, but we're recording audio and 2 cameras were still going. We're operating our own shit. If this doesn't
we're experimenting technological differences.
If this doesn't go to air, it's all my fault. I have recently been left alone, and it's been 4 hours, and I have already set fire to everything I own.
Okay, in your defense, you showed up here without the memory cards. It's not a crime.
It's like the only job I got to do to come down here.
But then again,
I brought my skateboard, which is obviously far more important to me.
But hold on, we have a film production company here in the building,
and you still didn't have them.
And there are no less than 7 packages of memory cards opened, and the memory cards are gone, and they're not here in the building.
Memory card ghost.
Yeah, like what is going on here?
Yeah, what is that?
They don't use that media anymore. That's why.
Well, I went to Target, and I don't like Target. It's the same as airports. Note to self, I don't want to go. Like, if you want me to go to Target, how much are you going to pay me? What do I get out of it? Because I don't want to go. It's bad in there. It's bad.
I remember.
Memory card people did not want to help me with the memory cards. I'm like, man, I'm coming over to you because I don't even know. I'm showing you a picture. That's got to be a good sign. I'm like, me need this. And then he goes, yeah, it's over there in fucking aisle some shit. And I'm like, at one point I was really like scrutinizing this one area where I thought for sure that was the cards. And then I analyzed it more, and it's repellent spray to keep butterflies off your weeds.
How could you? There's no way you're even in the same vicinity of the store.
Gardening is right next to the microchips.
Wow.
That's why I hate Target.
That's an odd crossover.
I fucking hate Target.
Wow.
Who puts gardening spray?
One of the very first things I remember when I first put Riley, like my first child, I first put Riley into preschool at kindergarten, and they said, just do me a favor. When you drop him off, do not say I'm going to Target. Like, what? They go, just don't, because kids think Target is Disneyland. Kids his age think Target is just like all toys and candy and playground. And so she's like, the worst thing a parent can do is be like, I just got to run to Target. And they're like, no.
Oh, shit. God, come on, kids.
So there you go. New parents.
Toughen up a little, kids. Target.
They're 3 or
I don't
4.
care. It's maybe that's the problem. We need to be harsher.
They're all soft on Target.
No, it's like when they're 3, you're like, hey, little kooky baby. Like, you don't go, listen to me.
Dude, I came from the era where your parents just took you on all the errands. Yeah. You had to like sit in line at the bank.
Yeah.
The bank was the worst. You would just stand there, just like,
and you weren't allowed to wait in the car.
Yeah, and you can't veer out of line. So you're just like wanting to just grab the rails and stuff.
Man, you just made me realize my mom she was a waitress on a train, and she made me go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
I was on a fucking train for like a week, and I'm like, oh, get up. And I'm like, I don't want to get up. We got to get on the next train. I'm like, I don't want to get on the next train. I don't have to serve anybody. What the fuck am I doing here? God. And nobody said.
But it wasn't like, you want to stay home? You want to do something else?
She was like a babysitter. That's insane. Yeah. Who has money for a babysitter for a week, even though I had a father who had a house? I don't know how that happened. Maybe I think she was trying to get me an experience.
I'm telling you, I remember going with my mom to work sometimes because there was no choice.
I didn't mind my mum's experiences when it came to that stuff because she was a rowdy mum. And when I was real little, she was extra rowdy. So that means she just had a bunch of like pretty hot rowdy women around and they were always flirting with me. I might have something to do with my afflictions.
That's it. We finally reached the heart of it.
I haven't told my therapist this one.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think I just cracked the code. Yeah.
How did we get there? We were talking about memory cards.
No, driving, because hectic. We're doing a lot of stuff.
Okay, we're doing a lot of stuff.
That's why this show is like, we don't need to write anything down. There's so much shit happening.
That's true.
I punched his children in the face this morning.
This morning, yeah.
My face is from them.
So my stepkids, they're both in college in LA. And one of them texted me, like, can you ask Ellis if we can train with him?
Oh, I hooked you up, by the way, after we beat each other up.
Hold on. Then I'm in this triangle where I'm relaying the info to you, and I'm like, I don't want to be your concierge.
Okay.
Just talk to Ellis.
I told him today after the session, I go, and by the way, if you want to hang out with me, text me.
Yeah.
Leave him out of it.
I'm happy to facilitate it to an extent.
He already has my number. We've already worked.
I'm already doing so many other things. I'm just like, well, I got to worry about those guys getting to, where are you? Where do you train?
No, I thought, because that's, you're asking me and I'm telling, and then you're like, I don't want to be the concierge. And I'm like, shit, we've made you the concierge. I wasn't, you asked me. I said, yes, it's in Santa Monica. So we met in Santa Monica.
Then it's like another concern. Well, they're in downtown in Santa Monica. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Good.
It's good. They got it. Good. They did it. No, and also to their credit, they're self-sufficient. Like they're proactive. It was just more that seed was planted.
Not only are they self-sufficient, but I told their dad this morning, I'm like, they are fucking tough kids. Like that's a natural, especially when you haven't done any training, you can train your face to take shots. But the first couple times you come, I can really tell what kind of blood you've got in you from the first couple of cracks. How do you handle that? Where are you looking? Are you looking to get out? Are your knees looking to buckle? Yeah. Are you like trying to like look for somebody to help you, or are you in? And both of them are a little too in.
They're too in.
Like they're in to the point where my coach's coach was saying, "Hey man, does this guy want to get some fights?" And I was like, "Man, he's just a kid."
I've seen all our kids get injured so badly, and they all just push through.
Do you think it's you? Being around you. I mean, and
maybe or just the same. Well, for sure, but also like Miles and Calvin, their dad, he grew up skating and surfing and getting hurt, so he's used to maybe seeing that. Sure,
a guy walk it off, maybe.
Yeah, it's not walk it off though. I mean, like, one time I remember one time, Calvin broke his ankle in our backyard.
Kelvin broke his ankle after he was going to have a boxing fight, and I was moving around with him, and then I was like, "Hey, where's Kelvin?" And they're like, "Oh, you didn't hear?" And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, like he broke his. I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." I just found him laying on the couch, like, I think I hurt my ankle, and I'm looking, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's way more swollen than
how did he do
it should be."
How do you?
Oh, just run out. It's not like run out of Fit 50.
It's skating.
Yeah, skating.
Yay!
And then one time, it's not funny, but Keegan, who used to get crazy injuries, he was climbing up something in the backyard, and he stepped on this brick that was loose, and the brick fell down, and then it went onto his other foot, barefoot. He's climbing this thing barefoot. It's already up like the worst jungle, prickly bushes and stuff. Then he's walking on barefoot. He knocks one of them down and steps on it onto his other foot. Big brick, like heavy one. And his big toenail lifts off.
Yeah.
Like completely disconnects from his skin.
Yeah.
And then it's just sitting on it's so gnarly. And because I found him, he's just holding his foot. I'm like, you okay? He's like, I don't think so. And I look, I'm like, oh, okay.
But he's not in shock.
No, he's just like looking at it like, it hurts. And I'm like, it's gray. It's not even part of your body anymore.
What kind of profession can he have?
And then he went to the doctor. Well, okay, so Calvin had to get this crazy surgery that Riley's had twice, actually. So there's this whole other thing. Like this.
Are we
weird
doing bolts up the rods?
Yeah. Oh. So he had to do that. And then when I took Keegan, I don't know how to think on this, but I took Keegan, and they needed his toenail to be still on the bed because it needed to protect his whatever, whatever the rawness of it. So they stitched it into place.
Wait. Stitching through the nail. They drill holes
through the nail. Yes.
Sick.
It was.
Got a photo?
Like, maybe I do.
That's a sick photo.
I don't remember if I got a photo of it. I just remember looking at it like that. I've never seen anything like that before. And I've seen my share of injuries.
Yeah. So wait, you were like, whoa.
No, he knew something was wrong. I'm pretty sure he
knew something
he used
was
to be
wrong.
really small. We used to call him the Pix Even. And so I just picked him up and put him in the car. I'm like, nope, we're gone. This is not okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Exciting stuff. It's always exciting having kids.
Yes. Yes. I don't deal with that as much because they're not my one. The one that's me is a girl. So maybe it's coming later for
They'll
other
still get
reasons.
hurt.
Yeah, but she's just like, I'm like, come try this. I'm trying that. I'm like,
yeah.
Like I can tell her answer is so far away from me getting her to do it that it's just going to be a fight. I'm like, why don't I just make you cry and skateboard down a hill? There was a time where she did it all the time. And then she just got cool. And that's what I call it, where it's just like you're into your friends and you're not into dad with these. A couple of times she's brought her girlfriends like, how do I throw a hard punch? So, because she likes to show off in front of her friends.
That's not a question I'm getting asked. I'll tell you that for my daughter.
Right, but that's because I go, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, put your gloves on, you know what I mean?
Here we go.
Yeah, I'll show you. I actually know that. You know what I mean? Like, I got like 3 things. Oh, that's one of them. Let me here, come hit the pad. Come hit the pad. Daddy's got the pads. Fucking, it's all he's got. Skate. Hitting,
I don't know a lot,
fight.
But I know this.
Yeah, talk like an Australian. You come to me. Like, I got like 3 things. Bless my ex-wife's heart for trying to like have me involved in the raising of the children.
Dad, I was wondering if you could teach me Australian accent. Yep.
Yeah, no, I got that.
One time.
Math homework? You might have to talk to your mom about that one.
One time Riley called me and I could tell just from his voice that he had gotten hurt. He was already an adult and out of the house by then, but he's like, I got hurt and I'm okay. And I'm like, okay, where are you? I'm okay.
That's bad.
I'm like, okay, I know you're okay. But I need to know where you are.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm like, Riley, where did you get hurt? At MLK in Oceanside. MLK skate park. Okay. He keeps saying MLK. So I'm already mad at him because I think he's repeating himself, but in reality, he's telling me MLK.
Oh, okay.
MLK.
Oh, okay. Is he there still, or
he's still there? And then his buddy took him in the car, and then he came home, and his shoulder just like he broke his collarbone.
He didn't go to hospital first.
No, because he just wanted to come home and try to figure out what I could do or how I could help. You know, he's not. Yeah, he wanted. If he was going to the hospital, he wanted me to facilitate it for sure.
Okay,
but yeah, he went to the hospital and got it screwed back together.
Screws in the shoulder. That'll wake you up. I feel like getting drilled bones. It's like
I have screws in my elbow.
What's because I remember I had the pins in my wrist and it was real, like it really hurt like afterwards.
Did you get them taken out?
Yeah, eventually, yeah. There might be one left in there.
Who was it that Vincent Matherton, this guy from France, he broke his ankle and he just got all the screws taken out. He had them in a bag.
Cool.
Super cool. The guy told me that I could, like, I still have, you can see the tops of the screws right here. The guy told me that I could have them taken out, but that was, I don't know, it was 98 or something. It's been a while.
It's not bothering you?
Nah.
Should be right.
It was hard though. I couldn't straighten, like really lock my arm straight for almost 6 months.
Okay.
And then finally one day it went click. And then that was it. I could finally straighten it forever.
Yay. That must have been a great day for you, Tony.
It was a good day.
Click. Hey.
I think that was the day I started doing inverts again. I started actually doing inverts again.
That does coincide. It makes sense. Having a straight arm.
Straight arm, yes, exactly.
Yeah, having a bent arm and holding your whole body weight, not the greatest move ever attempted.
Wow. Okay, so what were we talking about? What was going on? You were sparring with my stepkids. Kathy was like, I heard her get the call. She's like, what? You were I told you not to spar. I told you not to spar. What? He's bleeding. What are you talking about? Like, it's just.
Okay, I thought I was joking. Like, I hit him so light. He got a shitty mouth guard, and he got a little bit of blood in his gum right here. And I go, oh, get a camera right now because I'm like, this is going to be hilarious. And I'm like, God dang, look what I've done to your son.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. And I didn't know that, like, it actually would have got it. Actually, I thought she was joking. Like, if you hurt him, I'm going to fucking hurt you. She saw that, right? She
yes,
threatened me.
I helped her craft that statement. She
Right,
was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, she's gonna get kicked in the dick when I least expect
she's like,
it.
I wrote this really fast. Is it right? Does it sound right?
Yes, it did. I was like, oh shit, might be too late. I got a GoPro footage. Wow. I haven't. They've already harassed me. They're like, "Where's the footage? Where's the footage?" I'm like, I'm driving.
Oh yeah, that's the text I got right before I arrived.
I'm driving.
Tell Ellis to send me the fight clips.
I'm driving to do this show, man. I'll give you your bashment video later.
Okay. Well, you took. Thank you for hosting our kids.
Anytime.
I do have a gift for you.
Oh wow!
Right.
I'll punch your kids anytime for free.
Wait, is it? What's that? This is the group I'm working with, Alia, and they do pain relief stuff.
Oh shit!
It's really good. It works for real.
You
but you gotta
put it on your face.
You gotta open it. You could put it on your face. I put it on my neck all the time. But open it up.
Is it an engagement ring? Because no, I won't marry you. Oh, it's better than an engagement ring. Fuck you, fucking call me, and maybe I'll let you skate, you dickheads. Yes, my man.
It's a key. It's a key to the office. It's a key to the ramp. Man. It's a key to the kingdom.
That's a necklace, dude. I'm getting that on chain, bitches.
Latchkey kids, here we go.
I'm gonna take this to the jeweler and get this whole bit here iced the fuck out because this is the most pimp necklace you could get. Woo! Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. I might be busy. So good.
So you hit me up and said, pretty much we've been coinciding our skating for the last few months, and then you hit me up and said you were going to come down here yesterday. I was in LA, and you were very treading lightly about it, saying, well, who do I call? It's okay. Just show. You mean just show up? Like, yeah, just show up and skate. It's fine. And I realized, like, I should just give him a key.
Thank you.
Now you have a key.
Yeah. I'm like, just show up and be like, hey, he said I could skate. Like, I'm like, man, I'm too fucking old to say that shit. So we just come out.
You're a fixture here, though.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Depending on
your voice travels through the office once a week. Everyone knows you.
Okay.
It's okay. And it used to every Tuesday as well.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Right. Good point.
So you got it. But now you can just show up with your own crew.
Look out. My own crew. I do. I've got Alpha's gonna skate with me.
See,
that's a crew.
Go. That's a crew. Yeah. That's
Danny Way hit me up at like 12:30 at night.
To skate vert?
Yeah. I want to be a part of this thing that you're, because he's seeing my Instagram and he's getting thirsty. Getting some airs back. You know, I want to be a part of this. I'm like, sick. Be a part of this.
Dude, that's a session. You and Alf and Danny Way.
I know. Wow. Come on.
Dude, I might have to get invited to your sessions.
I'm gonna get an 8th Street t-shirt and just totally bombed.
Wow.
Come on, guys. Get a Matt Hensley t-shirt or something and just shred it up with these guys.
Wow.
Relive it.
All right, so there you go. You got keys to the kingdom.
Man.
Just, clean up after yourself.
I have yes, thank you. Next time if I ever shit my pants again, I'll clean it up. Don't worry.
There is a shower down there.
Yeah, I don't think I have never.
That shower was actually designed for post skating with me. Like when I actually designed this building before it was built.
Oh, okay.
So I got to say in a few of the things, the fixtures and stuff like that. And,
okay.
And it was very much like, oh yeah, put shower then like after skate. You've never
been in it?
Never. No. I mean, I didn't like plan to sleep here ever, but at the same time, yeah.
Look, at one point I was getting adjusted after skating, and I was like, this lady deserves for me to go in that shower before I go over there.
Oh, yeah.
But I run so hot. I shower and I get in the car and I just sweat out everything in the car. I need like half an hour.
I'm conscientious because I get body work done on my neck. I've told you that.
Yeah.
Actually, he just did a bunch of cupping. Look.
Oh shit. How's that? Did it do something?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
So
I could do it more often, actually.
He doesn't do it very often.
It's hard to get the time.
But I make sure that if I'm leaving here to go see him, that I go shower first.
It's the least you can do.
I don't use the ramp shower.
Well, dude, if I lived down the road, I'd go down the road too.
Right.
but my house is fucking 2.5 hours away. On a Friday, probably 3.5. I'm like, I'm using the shower.
Especially today.
Is it hot today?
What?
Was it hot?
No, just today, like the traffic, blah, 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 traffic.
Yeah.
The Californians.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, so we went to this event last night that was pretty insane.
In LA?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the Beatles thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Have you heard about that? The documentary?
Mm-mm.
So basically it's Peter Jackson, you know, the
of course.
director. He got a hold of all of the tapes from the making of Get Back, which was one of their last studio albums.
Yeah.
And the last time they ever played together live, they
on the
played
roof.
On the roof.
Yeah.
He got a hold of all the raw tapes, so 60 hours of footage.
Yeah.
And did this process. He actually, like, we got to go to this thing where he wasn't there, but it's him presenting it to the audience because it's a 3-part series. But he knew that there'd be all these VIPs and Bob Iger and everyone from Disney was at this thing that we went to. So there's a whole thing of him explaining how they fixed the footage and made it in a high resolution.
Yeah.
So they put it through, I don't even know what the process is, but they put it through some film editor filter thing. So it looks high res.
Shit.
And then they isolated all the different sounds of all the instruments.
Yeah.
So they actually have stems of
they break it to one thing.
They took so the mono sound is put through this machine or this filter or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they can separate drums, they can separate bass, and so it sounds insane. It looks insane. It shows them coming up with song. It's so unreal. I mean, I'm a huge fan. So for me, it was like really emotional. It was heavy. It's the last time they ever played live, and they were actually playing on the roof to record songs for the album. So it wasn't like they were just doing it.
That was for the album.
Yeah. So a couple of songs they do 2 takes
because they wanted to make it better.
Yeah.
Holy I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, you saying that and splitting the recordings. A friend of mine, when I had the radio show, who was the drummer for my band, who's a recording guy, like knows all about it, showed me Beatles songs broken down with just like a backup vocal, just the bass. And I played it. He played it for me, headphones, and I got emotional.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah. You could hear the backups in the other room, the other 3 singing the backups while Paul was singing this one part. And I'm like, it started to fuck it. And I go, dude, you've got to show the world this. He did it on my show and it was like a big thing for years. And now he does it on Tom Segura's show. He did it like a live one because it's that. And he does it for all the bands now. But the first one I ever heard was the Beatles. And
the cool thing about this is that the story or the narrative of all that recording in that show was that they weren't getting along, and that was the demise of the Beatles. And when you watch it, they're having a blast,
right?
And they're in the pocket and they're laughing with each other, and that's when you go like, oh, they loved it.
They love that part.
They love, but also it's them creating it. I'm just saying, like, you'll see it, and it's a totally different storyline.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, things fell apart. But it's just really that was what got me hyped, because I was like, this is amazing. You're watching them do it for the last time when they didn't know it was the last time.
Right.
But it was pretty heavy. But also the reason it was super heavy is that 3 seats over from me is Sean Lennon, Julian Lennon.
Oh, fuck.
And Stella McCartney.
All next to each other.
All next to each other. Like right here. And that's that for me was like, I can't believe like I get to see this, that I get to share it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when it was like really heavy. So Kathy and I were just walked away. It was like, I cannot believe we got to see that right now.
Right?
What life is this?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to know that still goes across your face, because
it was crazy.
Things like
and then we went to Sam Jones too, who directed the documentary.
Is that how you got there?
No, actually, I got him in.
Oh, okay.
Because I told him about it.
How do you get there?
I told him about it. We're friends with Jessie Smith, who is Patti Smith's daughter.
I don't know.
And she's friends with Stella.
Oh, okay.
So we got like a third-party invite. And then I told Sam about it because, long story, I had to link up with him. And he said, "Oh, what do you come to LA for?" I said, "This thing." He goes, "Oh, I know Stella. Maybe I'll try to go." And then as it got closer, he said, "Hey, I'm not getting an answer back. Can you get me in there?"
And you could.
I could, yeah.
Awesome.
So he and his girlfriend Pell. It was super fun. But then we went from there. They had an after party that was down the street, and there were maybe 200 people in this theater.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like very exclusive, and it was super cool.
Yeah.
So we thought, oh, this after party will be like mellow thing. Thousands of people at this after party. Half of them don't even know that it's the after party for the premiere. It's just a Stella McCartney party.
Oh, because it's her party.
It's her party, yeah. But the catalyst for it was the premiere of the.
How awesome is the party?
I mean, it's just like one of those crazy A-list celebrities everywhere you look, Illuminati type of thing.
Right.
Which is just, you know, I don't belong there, but it's always interesting.
You do.
No,
how do you not belong there?
It's not, I don't mean to say it like that. I mean, like, it's just not my scene.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
That was going to be my next question. Did you like hobnob with, you know, people go, oh man, hey, I love you.
Only the ones that I knew.
Okay. You didn't approach anybody and they didn't approach you?
No, like I know Kate Hudson. I know Judd Apatow and a few others. And
so you're talking to them?
Talking to them, yeah, which is super cool.
But you already know them, so it's like.
Yeah, I mean, but that's cool. That's the thing. I don't go like I'm not trying to be seen or like, hey, because there's the whole thing where you go to those events and everyone's looking over your shoulder
to see if there's a potential networking going.
More famous than you behind you, which
you can tell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I see it.
Uncomfortable or is it?
No. You can just tell that that's what's going because a bunch of the crowd like. They're just stoked to be invited to the party. So they're just like, oh, who's here? But it was cool. I saw Jerry Sue. You know Jerry Sue? Pro skater. Man. Super cool. Him and his wife, Kat, were there. And that was fun seeing them. Because he keeps it real. So it's just, you know, he's just kind of like, hey, whoa, what's this? What's going on here?
Right. The way you kind of should do it.
Yeah.
Just stoked to see everybody there. Was David Spade there?
I didn't see him. We actually left. They had a stage. And what we didn't know or no one told us about was that there was going to be all these random musicians playing Beatles covers.
Oh,
and
you left before anybody started playing music.
Well, someone was playing Across the Universe on the piano.
Yeah,
this girl, she was great, sounded great, but it was so loud and you couldn't really hear this unless you were near the stage.
Okay,
you couldn't really hear that sound, so we were just like, it's too crowded, and you know it's COVID and everyone's just like on top of each other and so we were just kind of like, all right, we came, we saw, we said hi, we go, get home, see people's stories. Beck is there performing
Beatles songs,
just like, oh.
Sucks getting old, huh? Because if you're a little bit younger, because I can tell now that I'm in the 50 zone, I'm like, it's an awesome evening and 3 a.m, or me missing out on the last 4 hours and getting some sleep. Like that's
it wasn't even that it was late. It wasn't that late. It was just more that it was getting so hectic.
Okay.
And we're more there to visit, you know, not to be like, oh, what's over there? What's that? Get selfie. So that was becoming more and more impossible.
Okay.
So we just left. But I did get to tell Sean Lennon that I love his. I don't know if you've heard his. He has a band with Les Claypool.
Shut the fuck up!
It's great. It's great.
What's it called? How do I know?
Claypool Lennon Delirium.
Has it been around for a long time?
Been around for I think a couple of years. Yeah, but
man,
they got a couple of really good songs, and so
he sings and Les is on the bass.
Yeah.
Is it?
It sounds like John Lennon too. It's crazy.
But does he? Is it primacy? It's not.
I can't say it's primacy.
That's amazing.
No.
So it plays like more musical.
If you were to classify it, it's classified as prog rock.
Oh, okay. That's why you know about it.
No, because I didn't. This is what's funny is I told him, he was really surprised that I knew the band. He was just like, what? I go, I love that. Like you guys are, you know, there's this one song, Blood and Rockets. Check it out, Blood and Rockets.
I'm checking it out. What the fuck? I suck.
I was like, I actually have a Spotify station devoted to that.
Yeah.
And so I told him that, and he's like, really? And his girlfriend's like, so you like prog rock? And I go, I like what these guys are doing. I don't know if that's prog rock. Yes. You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny because Katie, my wife, said that she thinks you like prog rock.
Really?
I don't know what prog rock is, dude. I only heard it because she was talking about the music that you
Apparently it's the Les Claypool, Sean Lennon and project.
Okay. Well, as soon as I hear that, I'll know what prog rock is. Because right now I'm still in the dark.
I feel like when we used to do our show with Jesse and John and they'd bring those random bands.
Yeah.
That feels like prog rock attempts.
Yes.
Right?
God, I hate that guy. Me being there. Because I'm like, I just listen to it.
Oh.
Like, I never listened to it. I was like, okay, this is my time to tell everybody that they are morons. It was
entertaining. No one expected anything different.
I know, but now...
No one's expecting you to be like, I get that for you. Yeah, cool. All right.
Every now and then, that would have been a fucking treat. Because now I listen to so many other different things and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that kind of like sets a mood for many other things that I would be interested in that frame of mind. Always have been too, but nah. What is it? Is it Metallica? Fuck off. It's not Metallica. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm like, dude, get a brain. Explain to somebody why their band is so bad compared to Metallica. Like, just enjoy.
One of my favorite things was when you first started doing just DJing at Faction.
That's how I made a name for myself, I think.
Yeah. So our journey started with doing SiriusXM show, Demolition Radio.
Yeah.
That was my show once a week. And then Jason was the co-host.
Yeah.
And he was always hilarious. And then the powers that be said, we need to give Jason his own show on this channel because the channel was punk and hip hop, right?
Yeah, but it was action sports. That's why we fit in.
Right.
They were really pushing that. They had a skier on, for fuck's sake.
They were all over the
Bodie,
place.
Johnny Mosley, like they fucking gave anybody.
Yeah, they were all over the place with the shows. But so then they started testing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they started testing you as a DJ, just a DJ introducing music.
Yeah, yep.
And one of the first times I heard him on the channel was like, you're introducing, I want to say System of a Down, maybe. It was something like that. And then you're just like, yep, that was a System of a Down. That sucks, but if you're into it, cool, good for you. And it was just like into the next thing. It probably wasn't them because they're more up your alley.
Them. I wouldn't have done that.
They're more up your alley. I can't remember. It was someone like it was like a 311 or some.
All those guys could get it for sure.
But for sure, when I listened, I was like, I have never heard a DJ completely diss the track that he just played and do it in a way that you still want to hear him and whatever else he's going to play.
Yeah, because that wasn't, I didn't go, here's my angle. I'm going to talk shit and everyone's going to love it because who's heard a guy talk shit and still be worth listening to? I was, you're going to be a DJ. And I'm like, awesome. I'll play the greatest hits you've ever heard. And they were like, no.
You're playing this.
No, you're playing
playlist.
this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's this? And then I'm like, okay, it's my job. So I will listen to it. And I'm like, I feel like punching myself in the face until I've got no head. So my comment is, don't say that. I'm just like, I don't really like it. But the best part about it you don't know is I'm in this little box and there's a door with a glass window. And my boss, he was also not thinking that was a good idea. So, and I did it more because he hated it and he was my boss. And I'm like, you're not the boss of me.
Wait, you mean he hated what you were doing?
Yeah. He was like, you can't say that that's the worst band in the world and then play another.
That's exactly what I was thinking. As I'm driving, I'm like, you can't say that. He's saying it.
Yeah. Because I was like,
it was like the beginning of Howard Stern. It was just like, who does that on the radio?
You can't say that. And I said, I'm saying it. And he'd be like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And he'd be like, I can't deal with you. And I'm like, okay, well then shut the fucking door. I'm doing my shit. So anyway, and then he said, this is his mistake, but he was trying to help. He goes, use MySpace so that you don't just say worst band I've ever heard. Talk about like the way they look or something. So I go, okay.
Use MySpace?
Yeah, because that was what the thing was that was available for music to, like I type in the band on MySpace and the band would come up.
Oh my God.
So I had and I didn't use computers. It's the first time I'm using a computer and I'm running this board that he taught me how to run. And I type in like Avenged Sevenfold and I'm like, Fucking assholes. Look like the biggest fucking morons I've ever seen in my life. Are you fucking shitting me?
It's only worse that you look him up.
Yeah, it made it worse because I'm like, who the fuck is wearing this guy is eyeliner? I'm like, this guy's tattoos. I think he has a knob tattooed on his neck. Like, I just roast, and then I'd play the song and I'd look over at the window and he'd just be through the window going. Not joking though, like so which made.
Oh yeah, no, it was
poor
chaos.
Will. I love you, Will. You're a great guy.
It was funny though.
I feel so, but that was. You were laughing. Everyone else is laughing. My boss is really mad at me. You know, I leave and he's mad. I come the next day. He's like, "You ain't gonna do that again, are you?" And I'm like, "No." You know, and then
I wasn't even part of it. I could feel the tension.
Yeah, it was there was a fight, like a lot of fights. I felt like everything I did that I felt was like groundbreaking, I got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Everybody listening was like, "Hell yeah!" And then, so and so wants to talk to you. Who's that? He's like, "My boss's boss's boss." I'm like, oh, that's got to be good then. And then, hey, how's it going? You know, like, because I'm thinking I'm doing a great job, and that someone's gonna understand my vision.
And you got scolded?
Fuck yeah!
Oh, okay.
Can't do that. What are you doing that? I'm like, I don't. People seem to like it. And then there was another boss in between that was mean to Will, so I didn't like him on behalf of Will because I saw Will's stress around the day, and I'm like, what's going on? So-and-so's got me, and I'm like, God, I hate this so-and-so guy. Like, he's fucking ruining everything. And that guy, when I released Tony Hawk's Taint Stick.
I like how you just breeze over that name to get to the point.
This is a younger me that didn't look, your sister said it one time, and I was like, got it, duly noted. I can't believe I didn't think of that. His name is out off the band. First of all, I didn't think the band was going to do more than one song.
Yeah.
And second of all, I didn't realize that it was going to be like, yeah, man, Tony Hawk's Taint Stick. I'm like, okay, shit. And your sister's like, did you know Tony sells stuff at Kohl's? And I was like, I didn't. Yeah, he does. Everywhere in there. I go, okay. Then she just left. And I go, oh, I know what that was. She knew exactly what she said. And I was like, all right, well, Taint Stick is the band. So check out Taint Stick. And it was early enough for that not to keep going. But the first song I did, he said, he called and yelled at me and I'm like, I don't do well with people that I don't know yelling at me. Like, I'm very close to going, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get fired. So I go, okay. He's like, you know, who do you think you are playing this shit? It's got nothing to do with the channels. No kind of music like that. If you're going to do something like that, make it make sense, for fuck's sake. Like, have it like suit the channel, or at least have what's going on in the world. Like, have it like up to speed with what's going on in the world. So we did a song about the things in the news.
Yeah.
A girl was born with far too many legs. Iraqi people. Like, I made all these things in the news, like about Iraq, and because it was in the news. And the name of the song. It was
like We Care a Lot.
Yeah, but the hook of the song was, why can't I shoot a load on your face?
Oh my God.
So I'd do this ballad where Iraqi people are forced to steal and beg, but why can't I shoot a load on your face?
Wow.
It's just, and he was like, really? And I'm like, relevance, a lot of relevance in that song. Sure. I did say there's
news of the world.
And then he was like, fuck you, but you did do what I said you needed to do.
Oh my God.
And then that was it. And then everyone loved it so much that we made an album.
Yeah, that's true.
4 albums, I believe.
It is funny though. Well, especially when you're doing that and you're dissing the bands you're playing, because I think the great concern is that, well, those bands won't want to work with us anymore.
I'm friends with Avenged Sevenfold.
Right, but I think
they came on 3 times.
I know all that, but I'm just saying, like, in their eyes, but it's the same thing that happened to Big Brother. Like, Big Brother magazine was destroying everyone.
Oh yeah.
So they couldn't get advertisers.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's basically what shut down the whole magazine. Because it was like, I'm not gonna advertise in all you do is talk shit about our brand and our writers, and like, why would we give you money? And they were just like, eh. Have you seen that documentary? Of Big Brother magazine?
Yeah.
So great.
What's his name? Fatter guy with the beard.
Oh, Carney?
He was my favorite. Yeah. He was my favorite. I ever since some Vancouver contest, he was on the top of the vert ramp in gold lycra with a foam skateboard attached.
I skateboard, or me skateboard, because he was the skateboard.
He was.
Carney's the best, dude.
I went
to Peru with Carney just to go eat at this restaurant. We flew to Lima, Peru to eat at Central.
Just you two?
We did. And then, but because it was such a special thing, that we even got a reservation there. Jared and Cameron came and shot it. We actually made like a pilot for a show that we were going to do about travel and skating and find food.
Oh,
like
man.
This was years ago.
That's such a good idea, though.
It was like 2015, maybe.
He's a fucking funny guy, man. That's a great idea.
It was so fun.
So, but it didn't work, but it was just so fun.
We did the usual, like we made a sizzle reel, we made a pilot, we pitched it to people. It's fun. It's good. Like I went and just showed up at the skate park in Lima.
Yeah.
Unannounced. But word spread pretty fast and we got a pretty big crowd there.
Do you really like the food at this restaurant?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was great. So what happened was,
how did you both know? He'd been there too, obviously.
I mean, I'm one of those dudes they would call a foodie. So I look at all the best restaurants, and this one has been consistently one of the best for years. And I saw an article about the chef, and he used to be a semi-pro skater in Peru, like super good street skater in the 90s.
Right. So he knows.
And he was talking about his history of skating. So I hit him up on social media, and I just said, "Hey, I'd love to come check out your restaurant." And where we might shoot some video. There? No.
Oh, you just heard it was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's certain restaurants that just rise above, and everyone knows. In the food world.
Even if it doesn't have what's that thing that you get for
Michelin star?
Yeah,
I'm sure he has Michelin star.
Oh, because it's on that level.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
for sure. I mean, it was consistently rated one of the best restaurants in the world.
Was it amazing?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like 18 courses. It was crazy, but
because he was like, "Oh, you're coming. We're gonna set it up."
Yeah, he did it. He did it big. I mean, they go big. Like people have to get a reservation there. It's like months in advance, like 6 months.
Like getting a fucking tattoo from a famous guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But one of his best friends was this dude.
How the fuck did that not become a TV show?
I'll show it to you.
It's a fucking cooking show, and it's got. Man.
We'll just put on this YouTube channel. We got nothing to do with like. It goes nowhere, and it's fun to watch. And it's me and Carney. So me and Carney we went into the city and got the weirdest foods too. So we not just ate on the high end. We just went
and you're the worst at that. Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
This fucking asshole ate a fucking. This is the grossest thing I've ever seen anybody ever eat. He ate a fucking tarantula. He ate his bum, you guys. A bum. A hairy
Whenever
spider
you bring something like that up, now I gotta go find that clip and I have to add it to the show.
You don't have to. I love the effort that you're like, right, that's it.
I do now, like that is my train of thought now when we do the show and you bring something up, I was like, oh man, I gotta go look through my photo library and try to find the thing that was in Cambodia.
Okay.
That was in Cambodia in 2013. Okay, I know the date. Ready? Hi, I'm in Cambodia and I just ordered the spiced tarantula.
That one almost made me throw up watching you do it. You're like, hey, I guess we're, doing, and I'm like, don't.
Remember we went to that restaurant?
There's no fucking tarantula ass in there.
There was scorpion. We had scorpions there.
Yeah, they were like little scorpions. You ate a fucking, this thing was like a fat, like the back is just going to splooge.
It just tasted like twigs.
Did it pop though?
Nah. It was a little squishy.
I was almost going to throw up just, if you said yes, I think I was going to choke a little bit.
I think I just did it quickly. Like I didn't want to savor it,
right?
Or worry about
like when you're a kid and you eat an oyster for the first time.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I did it. See.
Well, here's the funny thing is, so my wife and I went to this restaurant and they had it on the menu and I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta get it.
Yeah.
And so they brought out a tarantula, like a live one, to show.
Oh man.
And so then. It's just crawling around the table, and then my wife was like, "Oh," and it's crawling, and then I'm like, I don't want to play with a tarantula."
Man, if he knew.
But the funny thing is that she was fine with that, and then when it came, it wasn't that one. That they were already like flash fried. They were already,
okay.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like they were like, "Here it is," and then
okay,
not like you're picking your lobster that you're gonna go.
Okay, I thought like maybe they put 5 on the table and you grab one.
No, but the funny thing is when it finally came to the table, she was just like, "No, like what's wrong with you?"
Yeah, no, I thought that. I thought, you're not really going to eat that, are you? And I'm like, maybe he'll bite some fingers. No, dude. Butt. He ate the butt.
But when we went to that restaurant, we had, what did we have? We had scorpions on toast. Remember that?
Crickets.
But then we had
ants.
Yeah, that was dumb. It was like
it wasn't dumb because
rice.
it didn't taste really bad. And all the ones that were like big insects. Scorpions don't taste good.
We're talking about, I forgot what was the name of that restaurant.
There's no way that still exists, right?
I think it's still there, yeah.
Wow, why do people
I want to say it's like Typhoon or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Jesse was there. I remember Jesse was there, and right when I bought Thomas Hayden Church's turbo Porsche, and Jesse looked at me like, you made it out. I could tell in the parking lot. He didn't say a fucking word, and he's like, you did it. Out of all people, you did it. I'm like, I don't know. Gonna eat crickets with Tony. I could tell his face the whole time was like,
what was that for? It was a ride channel thing.
It's on it's a video. You can probably get that and put it on here.
But do you remember we were eating mealworms? Mealworms?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was like the main. Disgusting. That was the main course.
Yeah, because they fat. They got stuff in them.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't know why.
I don't like things that pop, except candy. Like if it pops and I get chocolate, okay, that's it.
Okay.
Anything else pops and there's like mushy shit inside. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I think I got into that mode because I would go to Japan and get omakase stuff. And
what's omakase?
Omakase is just they serve you what they're going to serve you, what they're most proud of.
Okay.
And it's like not really a tasting menu. It's just more like you're not choosing what you're having. We're going to just give it to you.
Okay, that's cool.
Right, but then they would get some weird stuff, and I didn't want to send it back, so I just got used to eating whatever.
So you got into eating weird shit because you're just trying to be respectful.
Kind of, yeah. And I think at some point I realized it's funny attention.
And you have a knack for it. Because I'll eat anything, especially if we're filming something. But I was like,
yeah,
man, this is a terrible idea. You know what I mean? If you weren't here and there was no cameras, I'd leave.
Yeah.
Like, what's next on the course? I'm like, I know it's going to suck. I just ate a fucking cricket. Like, what's next? It's going to suck. And he's like, ooh, scorpions. And I'm like, okay.
They were small.
Yeah, no, I remember because I don't want to eat a big.
We had blowfish in Tokyo.
What's wrong with that?
Blowfish is if you cut it, you have to be certified to cut it because it's poisonous.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste bad, does it?
No, it tastes good.
Okay, does it taste really good?
Yeah,
it's worth having the dangers because it's so
well,
good?
for sure, that's added to it, so it's hard to ignore that aspect of it.
How hard is it to fuck it up? Like if I made you a blowfish, is there a good
apparently
chance
if you cut it wrong, then it's deadly.
Does it or pop some sack or some shit?
I don't know. I don't have have that inherited knowledge.
Come on, man! I figured by now you'd know how to prepare one yourself.
I know that the chefs have to go through crazy training to be certified to do it. So only certain restaurants can serve it.
It's a sushi guy, right?
A sushi guy, yeah, but he has to be certified to cut up blowfish.
Okay.
So there you go.
One day. That one
is they have
that one's I sound good. Tarantula. It's like I don't need to have that. You did it. It's on video. Yeah, check it out. Google him. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's definitely a tourist thing because I mean, Cambodia, especially during Khmer Rouge, was ruthless, and so a lot of people had to just eat whatever was there, like insects and stuff. And so it kind of it echoes a bad history to them. And so the fact that they have it on the menu is not because it's some delicacy. It's more like, well, yeah, we used to eat that.
This is what we had to eat.
Go ahead if you want to.
And if you're in the novelty zone, then you give it a go.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Do you like snails?
Sometimes, yeah.
You enjoy the flavor of them?
Escargot?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
If it's done right, it has to be a lot of butter.
So, but doesn't that mean that you're just eating the butter and truth be told, the frog leg sucks?
No, they're still good.
Do you eat it off the bone?
No, they take it off the bone. You mean off the shell?
Do you hold the leg?
The bone. No,
no, for a frog.
They're deshelled. They're deshelled.
For a frog. Frogs don't have shells.
You said snail.
Oh, I did. Yeah, sorry. Wait, escargot snail. What's frog?
Frog legs.
Oh.
Frog legs taste like chicken.
Okay. Do you eat that off the bone?
Yes.
Have you ever eaten a frog, like you hold the whole frog and you eat it?
No.
Right.
I'm not against it.
Phew. You're a tweaker.
I'm not looking for it either. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm not like,
you find it a lot.
I'm not actively, I got to go find the weirdest, grossest thing.
Yeah, but if you're at a restaurant and they go, I don't know if you know
Bear
this.
Grylls or anything.
Yeah, but if you go to a restaurant in the near future and they go, there's this one thing on the menu, you know what I mean? We got fricasseed rat's ass or some shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, if you do it wrong, you die or some shit. And the chef's going to prepare it just for you. You're eating it, right?
Yeah, if they're proud of it, sure. If it's a reputable chef and they're proud of it,
and he's proud of it, right?
I'm down. Yes.
All right. There you go. That's who you are.
That's who I am. That sums it up.
Yeah. I'm like, rat's ass. I don't know how many times you freaking see that before it tastes good.
Oh my
Whatever
God.
that word means. I was going to talk about that stunt because I don't want you to forget it. And it's like my next thing on the list. So whenever you want to call Travis Pastrana, I'll be ready.
Wait, the stunt for you to
jumping off the car onto the ramp.
Okay, you do the.
All right, just making sure.
You be the what do you call it? Showrunner.
Yeah. I know enough people now.
I'll be the EP. You be the showrunner. We'll make it happen.
EP, awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna EP that event.
Fuck yeah, executive producer Tony Hawk. Then you just leave the game.
Oh wait, I think I'm actually a producer because I'm funding it, probably part of it.
Yeah.
So I'll be more of a producer than an EP. EPs are just like come in like, hey, I'll lend my name to it. I don't have to do anything.
Oh yeah, that's really what an EP does?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh. I was always under the impression they worked.
Well, just
in radio, they do.
A lot of it is that they, if it's especially if it's someone that with a recognizable name, the fact that they're lending their support to it or their blessing to it, it might get more attention or reach a new audience. So in that sense, they're making it grow, and then they would actually get money from it.
But they made that name from producing, actually working themselves.
Sure, it could be, you know, for instance, George Clooney is the EP on the show because he liked it. And they asked if he wanted to support it, and he's like, sure. And then maybe he's doing interviews about it, whatever. And then he stands to make money from it, even though maybe he's not on the set every single day. That's how it works.
It's funny because in radio, the producer, he does a lot. You know, he produces
right. So
if
you say executive producer is different than producer. Producer is doing it,
right,
and probably putting up money.
But that's what I'm saying. The guy we have on the Sirius show, we had producers, assistant producers, and the executive producer.
Right.
And I didn't really like the guy. He did a lot of stuff. He was not like, I'm putting my name on it. First of all, we don't know who you are. And second of all, you're kind of he was the guy that ran the whole show. He organized. I show up and I go, I'm here. He did everything else.
I did a show once. I helped fund a pilot for a TV show.
Oh, so you did the thing where you didn't really do anything?
Well, no, but I actually put up the money.
Okay.
Like I actually put up the money for this pilot because I thought the script was funny. I thought I could do. And then there was one dude that was connected through management and whatnot with this other guy that was in it. And he would go to the set every day and just be on his phone. And then when things came to a point where they were going to start pitching it and figuring out, well, okay, how would this work if it sells and who gets the money? And he's like, I've been part of this since day one. And I should get this much from it. And it was like, dude, you haven't done anything for this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was on the set every single day.
And that's the angle, is to just say
that was the angle, yeah. Yeah. Because he didn't, it was his client that had written it and stuff.
Yeah. So what happens in the end? Did he get what he wanted?
Yeah, because no one could deny that wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just full shyster. Like you could tell from just
like he knew he was going to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I just can't, to be a part of a team, to do something, especially because I've had the fortunate, I've been fortunate enough to be the guy. So like everyone's producing my thing. So it's like, oh, here comes the guy. Are you comfortable, the guy?
Yeah.
Like, do you have everything? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm ready to go. And then there's other people running around frantically for me. It's a weird thing where if I got a job and I just go, what's the least I can do before
Yeah.
I show up and scam? You know, like I'm just here going, fuck you, fuck this place. And then I go, hey, I'm here to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be, I don't like it when someone goes, hey, are you sitting down? And I'm like, yeah, well, is everybody else standing up? Oh, fuck, I'll get up. Do you want me to carry something? Like I feel bad that even when I'm the guy and everyone's organizing stuff, oh, you don't need to take that. I'm like, I'm fucking helping. I'm taking that. Like I feel weird about it.
In this instance, I knew that I was just writing the check and that we had high hopes to sell the thing as a series and that
a TV
a proper TV show,
Huh.
And then the only other thing I really funded was that trip to Peru for the pilot, but that was just more selfish because I really wanted to go to that restaurant. I wanted to make it a thing, and I also wanted to justify going there to go eat.
Right.
But I did think I thought it was interesting enough, and it was right around the time where it was everything was like, you know, there was Anthony Bourdain was hitting, and it was Guy Fieri, and it was all these chefs, and they're traveling and eating, and I was like, well, I got an angle on that. We travel, but also we skate, and the big social media presence as well. So that was sort of the trifecta of our show was what we were going to do, and then having Carney on it was hilarious.
It sounds like a really good idea. I don't get how that didn't work.
We should get him on the show.
Yeah, how's he doing?
Funny. It's good. He came down here, and we went to this restaurant here in Del Mar called Addison, which just has 2 Michelin stars.
Is he a foodie?
Oh yeah,
sounds like it.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Is he doing good?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. He drank a lot for a minute there. He was like me. Like,
well, let's put it this way: we got the tasting menu with the wine pairing.
Okay, that sounds a bit
anything.
more like the kind of okay. But obviously maintaining.
Yes.
What's his job? I know this is like really lame.
He's freelance writing, doing stuff.
Because he's a creative beast.
So funny.
Yeah.
He has a blog, Strange Love Skateboards. Go read his blog. It's hilarious.
All right.
He actually wrote about our Peru trip recently, and full detail on it. It's so funny. It's seriously one of the funniest things that you'll ever read.
If you read.
Does
it come in audio?
No.
Can he tell me?
No audiobooks.
Can he come on here and tell me himself? Because that's the only way I'm experiencing that one.
What else is happening? I've been working on a video part here.
Another one.
Yeah.
Finish the documentary?
The documentary is done. Yeah, I didn't have anything. Like, I just did interviews for it. Sam is the director, and he's doing the editing and everything. So,
but you had to do a bunch of tricks that you were saying goodbye to. That was a lot of work, right?
Yeah, that wasn't really for that.
Oh.
I did a couple when he came to shoot. I did a couple because he brought this drone guy in.
Yeah, the thing that hit you in the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a couple of last tricks that day.
Okay.
But it wasn't like super battle.
So what's this video part?
I'm doing only tricks across the bridge of death.
Is this just for like social media?
For me.
Okay.
Social media.
Is this your
everything?
Thing?
I don't know.
Or I see your post where you're like, how the day started, how the day ended. Is that what's been happening?
Yes.
Yeah. You made me not want to come down here.
What's that?
Those videos made me not want to come down here. Oh, man, you fucking do that more than anybody I know.
This one was really a surprise because I had already came to a stop when this happened.
Fuck, that thing is so fucking like, not only is it ripped open, but it's
the worst part was this. The worst part was that I fell
shit is so
and then I was already stopped, like still on my knees, getting up, and then my board hung up on the coping and then dropped down, slid upside down, and then right into my shin, like got under my leg and hit my shin as I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like after the fact. And then I was like, great.
Your shin is...
But also on this day, I didn't get the trick, so I was even more pissed about it.
Yeah, that makes it way worse. Yeah.
But next day I came back, got it.
You could be on Jackass for like, Steve-O could eat something off your shin, because that shit is fucking disgusting, dude. I think I'd rather
it's actually kind of clean.
Lick a tarantula's ass than that thing. God.
Yeah, that one's gross. I know. It's the worst is not the worst, but one disadvantage to having things like this happening a lot. Because this is covered, right? I got the Tagaderm on it.
Yeah.
Which helps heal, but but sometimes that seeps out or just Band-Aids. And so I bloody up hotel sheets sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
It's not a good look.
I got in trouble for that once. I got a fine for it.
Really?
Yeah, for pee and blood. Yeah, wrong show. Sorry.
After the fact?
I left and then they gave me a bill for $1,000 for.
Oh my God.
And I was like, man, I was bleeding because I was cut from skate. Like I didn't, like I was.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing is that I woke up this morning. We stayed at a hotel and I woke up this morning. I'm just like, oh, whoops. I didn't realize it was seeping. And then it's a bad look. It's not good.
It's a bad look, but when you see why, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, it happens at home all the time.
I get it.
But it's not that I have to answer to anyone there. I mean, obviously my wife was like, great, cool, blood.
Right. I'm not as
I gotta wash the sheets, but it's not like some place where people are like, shame.
Well, you're not going to see the person that cleans up
I know, but I feel bad. I always leave a tip. I mean, I leave a tip anyway.
Do you put cash on the bed or something?
I put cash on the nightstand.
Okay.
I mean, regardless if there's blood or not.
Right. That fucking goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which is worse. And I don't know, like, I feel like if you're a house cleaning person, a hotel, like, what do you see?
They must see some
I was going to say, dude, your
stuff.
bloody shin, get the fuck out of here. They're talking vomiting,
I know.
blacked out,
must be such
poopy
a
people. Like, the people that, I'm in a hotel, wow, like, I see them. I'm like, I do not want to be in your room for a
people's mindset
second.
shifts where they're just like, oh,
if you do it all the time,
there's no rules, there's no etiquette, just woo.
Yeah, it's no one's cleaning this room when I'm done.
Right.
No human is even going to see what I've done in here.
Yes.
And then you leave and you're like, that thing's going to magically reappear, but no human's going to reset. Yeah, yeah. Somebody presses the reset button on the door and that thing goes whoop whoop. And then that's clean again because nobody sees your shitty fucking stains.
I think when I was younger, I thought in those terms.
You don't.
At some point, I was like, oh, lame.
You got to have like a really torturous parent to just constantly pound in you that it takes time for that. Hopefully it kicks in sooner or later. I remember the Triple X movie. I got picked to be in there. Like a bunch of skateboarders got it, and they fucked up. They hired myself and Colin McKay, and we were right in the middle of. I probably shouldn't have even said his name. We were raging. Kerry Hart was there, a bunch of people, Rick Thorns and stuff. We went to a bar one night after filming, and it was, the cool guys, the alcoholics, and we drank in the bar and shots and God knows what. And we go outside in the parking lot, and one of us jumps up on a car like, hey! And I'm like, you guys. Another person tackles the car, and then another person gets on the car and goes whoosh through the windscreen. And I'm like, dude. So off I go. I'm running. So I'm like, I don't want to be a part of you. Like, I was just trying to get drunk. I don't do that. And then running, and I'm kind of drunk, and I got to jump over things. I fell a couple times. And then I thought I'd ran enough, and I jumped and grabbed a branch as I was running to like stop myself and be like, I'm done running. And the branch snapped, and I fucking ate shit. Like it was one of those, and you go woo-gong on your back, and I'm like, oh man. And then I won't say who. Someone grabbed the tree and threw it at a Taco Bell, and it smashed the window. Smashed the window. So now I'm running again. I go to the room. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm going to bed. You're crazy. And then I go to wake them up in the morning to take them to set because it's early.
You guys are like Clockwork Orange out there.
Dude, I go in this room. I have never seen a room more annihilated in my life. There's logos that are familiarized with some of these people that are in the room.
Spray painted.
Shaving cream. But then the mattress is off and it's in the corner. The TV's gone.
Oh my God.
He gets up. I'm like, get up. Like, we got to go. And he's like, all kinds of fucked. And I'm like, come on, man. And he goes over to the sink and turns the sink on to put water on his face. And I just hear water hit the carpet. And I'm like, what? And I go behind him. The sink is smashed out.
Oh my God.
So when you turn the water on, it just goes through to the carpet. I'm like, you guys, I'm leaving.
I like how you're the responsible one.
I'm an idiot when I'm drunk, but I'm never violent. Like, I don't want to, I don't break your shit. Like, maybe you could convince me to break shit if I'm chasing you. Yeah. Like, fuck shit up is like a thing I can get down with, but not innocent civilian shit.
Right.
Like, if it's your shit and you're drunk and you're being an idiot, I'll break your shit. But not just some dude. Like Taco Bell, they didn't do anything to me.
Right.
I don't see the point. So that room was like, they hired us. And that's nowhere near cool. I know it's not. So I'm leaving. And he's like, fucking, they'll be all right. Gave him a credit card and some roses or something. And I'm like, this guy just gets away with it.
When you talk about Rick Thorne, he and I were doing demos. We had a run of doing demos at Six Flags in the parking lot, like 96, 97-ish.
Yeah.
And budget, well, $100 a day. $100 a day, we're getting paid. And we had to share a hotel room. So it was, it was raw. And so to try to like have privacy in the hotel room, we got a stapler. We would staple the sheets on the ceiling so that you'd have like a room divider.
Oh man.
Right? Just because we're bored. Mostly not even like because it was shady. It was just like, this is funny. Like, well, we have our own, you have your half. I have my half of the room.
Yeah.
And then every day the maids would remove it.
And you put it back up.
We put it back up. Nothing was ever said about it. It was like this dumb thing that we did. And then it was like, this became a running joke. So dumb. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it now anyway, but it's just ridiculous. That was my big room destruction story.
Good. I'm not proud of any of them. I feel like they were all, my excuse would be, I don't know, it wasn't even me whenever it happened, but that's still you. You were there. Like, don't be such an idiot.
Yeah, I remember some of those Europe trips. We were all guilty by association. Yeah. So skaters would come take over a hotel.
Nobody stopped.
Someone would go crazy, and then they would have police come to everyone's room.
Yeah,
and everyone was to blame, and we would just be, whatever. We're like the nerdy Bones Brigade dudes. Just like, what's going on?
Yeah, and you didn't do it at all. We did it.
No, but we would get kicked out every time.
Yeah, I did that to a few people. One time I tore my ACL, and it was before my first pro contest, and I couldn't skate. I tried. Barry tried his best. Ice. And then I tried to actually do some pumps, and my knee tweaked, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm out. And then I got given crutches, and then somebody had a sheet of acid. And then that just led into a furious evening, and where in the end, I pulled the fire alarm. Everybody's out. Who pulled the fire alarm? And I'm on crutches going, man, who pulled the fire alarm? Oh, no. And that was just back when I was on Planet Earth and H Street, and Mike Tranowski was there. And Mike's like, you okay, Ellis? And I'm like, hey, I'm fine. Don't even worry about me. And I'm fried. And he's like, okay, and leaves me. And I'm like, that's probably not good, Then I tried to wake Elf up because he was in a room with me, and I had a girl go in the room and try to wake Elf up while I lied next, like under the mattress. And he's like, what's going on? Who the fuck is that? And I go, it's a chick, and I got in it. Like such a cool guy. Like pull the alarm. Yeah, no.
I remember I was at a hotel. It was like definitely a party scene like that after a contest or something, and then I'm asleep, and the fire alarm goes off. It's like, oh great, so here we go again, and then hear all this kind of commotion. Open the door, smoke.
Oh, it's a real fire
in the hallway.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't some dangerous scenario, but it was enough where it was like, wait, there is actually smoke. Like,
it's not
let's
us.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, and then go down and on the street, just shivering, and they're just like, someone threw a smoke bomb in the hallway or whatever. Like
probably us.
Yeah.
Goes back to us again. Didn't you do a fake fire alarm on the Tony Hawk tour, and we got video of Chris Markovich running for his life in his underwear, and we all laughed and laughed?
Like that. We got away with some stuff that
we had the hotel agree for letting the alarm go off. And
we did?
Yeah. And
I don't remember that.
People are running down the corridor, and there's a camera that shows Markovich open the door and go, wait, what are you all running for? And then he just starts running.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Everyone was running each direction in the hallway.
Just to fuck with him.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was so mean.
It's not even a fire alarm.
So
like, go back to sleep. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, we didn't.
He laughed.
Yeah, but definitely there were some things we got away with. It was just like, this is too much. I mean, remember we went to that water park and just chaos. Jumping off stuff, off of fences into slides, like, and then airing it. Oh, and then what about the Vegas? You guys climbing the pirate ship?
Oh, yeah, we jumped off the pirate. Oh, man, there was an act going on. There were actual people being pirates.
That was when I was like, oh, this is we might have pushed this a little too far. I was just more watching it.
No, you weren't on the boat.
I wasn't on the boat, but I remember it. So if anyone has been there, was that Excalibur?
Pirates of the Caribbean thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they used to have this pirate show in the front of the hotel.
Yeah, the actual
I don't
pirate
remember
ship.
what. Yeah, I don't.
And it had all this mechanical stuff underneath, so you could see all the metal framing.
So
under
every
the water.
2 hours, there was this whole show that would go on.
Yeah,
and these dudes jumped in the water before the show started,
swam up to the boat,
and then
got on
climbed
the boat.
up the boat.
I jumped over the side of the boat,
but I remember
onto the boat, and there was 2 dudes in a fake sword fight. And they turn around and look at me, and I'm like, "Hey!" And like, what
That's
the
what
fuck?
I saw. That's what I saw. Because I remember them going, "What?" And like totally breaking character. Everyone is complete panic. Like you're threatening them.
Yeah, I was right behind him, and he turned around like, "What are you gonna do?"
And then you jumped.
Yeah, jumped off.
Jumped off. Yeah. And then climbed over another railing, and we all just ran down the strip.
Rick Thorne and I ran into the mall and bought new clothes.
That was it. Yeah, you guys were soaking.
Nobody got us.
Oh my God.
Couldn't
be us. But the crazy
us.
thing is that then they would just air it.
Oh yeah, it was on TV.
Yeah, so it was clearly whatever we were doing was not.
Yeah,
there was no permission.
That's finable.
Yeah,
cops could be like, "Hey, you're on
private
ESPN.
property." Yeah, and then
oh wow, Red Dragons got away with it. All right.
So those days are over.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's only a matter of time before that went horribly wrong. I remember jumping off the boat and seeing all the metal frame and going, "Ooh," like imagine that. Like, hey, everybody, I'm a jackass. Like,
because they're connected to rails.
Yeah, and you could see the water was clear, so you could see.
Yeah, it was sketchy. It was all sketchy.
We're here.
All right, we're still here.
Like and describe. See you next week, bastards. Friends.
Don't jump in the fountains.
Don't jump off shit.
Vegas. Don't jump off.
Think about it.
Into private property. Don't do as we say, not as we do.
I was gonna say, make sure you cover that.
All right.
See you next week.